Hello everyone, welcome back to the CollegeCronista session on Linux commands. This is the last tutorial on the commands. So in this we are going to see about two commands, apt commands and the other one, okay, some miscellaneous commands, mostly process related. So let's get started with the apt, okay. So apt, what is apt? apt stands for Advanced Packaging Tool. Okay, this is something that is common to all Debian based distributions, not just Ubuntu. Okay, that's a misconception people have. Other Debian based distributions are Knoppix and Raspbian, used for Raspberry Pi, Ubuntu Mate, okay, used for Raspberry Pi. Okay, uh, basically we use this repository to get the software we want. We search and then get it. Uh, the beauty of this apt is it has figured out all the dependent libraries that is needed for the application and packaged it very well. So that way you will never get mostly an error saying component missing or something. Okay, it's the best in class so far. Okay, and there are other distributions of Linux also have such things. Fedora has, okay, I think DNF, and then SUSE Linux has one, okay, they also has it. So once you are familiar with the apt, you can learn the similar commands for the package management tools on the other flavors of Linux very easily. Okay, and again, to install or do anything to do with apt commands, you need maybe not for searching but for other things, installing, removing and other things, you need a administrative privilege, so you have to use sudo prefix. Okay, so I will explain that in the lab session. So let's get started. So the first thing, when you get a Linux OS Ubuntu, okay, and when you install it, okay, and the first thing you have to do after connecting it to internet is run apt-get update. Okay, this is the first command you have to run when you install Ubuntu and then connect it to internet. Okay, what it does is it gets the list of applications in the Ubuntu repository and stores them offline. I mean the list, not the app as such, the list, and then it also updates few components of the apt itself, okay, and other things. So make sure you run this as the first command once you install this. Okay, and the next one, apt-upgrade. Okay, so this one, once, most probably the OS that we download might be outdated by few months. So once we get it, we want to, and by default few apps are installed on the Linux that we install on your PC or laptop. So you just run apt-get upgrade command. Okay, this is the second command that you have to run after installing your OS. So this will upgrade only the software, not the OS. So don't worry about that. Okay, and then if there is any, like a lot of things like PHP, Perl and Python, I think if these things require an upgrade, like this command will by default download all of them and upgrade them. Okay, but I think if you are a Java developer trying to use this, you may need to install OpenJDK manually. I don't think it gets, I think it gets installed by default. Okay, yeah, yes. So but just make sure that all the programming languages that you use are also getting upgraded. Okay, so yes, this is the command that will upgrade the OS version to the latest version. Okay, sudo apt-get distribution upgrade, okay, dist-upgrade will upgrade the OS to the latest version. Again, the way Ubuntu are like kind of makes releases is they make releases, I think, every 6 months. Okay, so if you look at the version numbers would be like 16.04. Okay, that means it was a version released in 2016 April. The first 16 is the year and the 04 is the month. Okay, and that's how Ubuntu names their versions. So they mostly release like uh, six like 6 months once one major update, and then some daily not daily, like some monthly updates with this. And they also make point release. Okay, it's only when at the point release that the long-term supported versions are upgraded. Even if there is an upgrade available, for example, if 16.04 came out and when people try to run this, it won't upgrade. The reason is, as per Ubuntu's policy, okay, for long-term supported versions, the upgrade will happen only on a point release. So that means 16.04.1 will be released. Only then the long-term supported users can upgrade it. Okay, and that's a small trick. But if you are like a developer, who is using a non-LTS version, you can obviously use and get upgraded anytime. Okay, it's only for the long-term supported versions that you need it. Again, in companies on the server side, it will be LTS. If on the server side, if the companies are not using LTS version, you are in for a big headache. Okay, so for server side, use LTS. Okay, long-term support version. So that will remove a lot of headaches. So that if there is any bugs introduced or anything, it's only the regular upgrades that get it, but the long term really don't have much of a bugs. They are tested or the fix is released immediately. Another thing, so on the server side, make sure you install and use LTS. Okay, so that's a tip. apt-cache search. Okay, again, if you want to search and install any a software, okay, like you might have just MySQL as a name of the software in your mind, but the actual package name can be different, MySQL-server or something. So use apt-cache search and then MySQL. So this will search the repository, okay, and then return the correct name if it is available on the repository, and then you can just install it. Okay, so again, this command might return too many results because it looks for both the name, the term that you give in both the name of the package, the description, and other things. So if somebody writes a small plugin for MySQL and they say plugin for MySQL in the description, and when you search it, you will get that also in the output. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you choose the package names. So if you want to specifically search only the names of the packages, not the description, use -n search. Okay, and that's what I have been using. Okay, and if you want to perform more advanced search, go with grep command. Use the pipe, okay, and then do the grep command. Okay, so MySQL, and then you know it is a server that you are looking for. So use pipe grep server. So that way it will get you. It will further filter the list and show you. Okay. Next, once you see a package name, you can always get the details about it before installing. Okay, you don't need to install it to know what it is. Instead, use showpkg command in the apt-cache to actually find out what version of MySQL, what are the different components and other things. And then if you feel it is compatible with your system, go ahead and install it. Okay, so always use search, showpkg, and then do the actual install, which is this. So apt-get, again, remember, to search and other things, it's apt-cache. To install, it is apt-get. Install and then MySQL. Again, this requires admin privilege. Okay, so use sudo. Okay, to remove, just use remove and it will remove, but all the config files and other things, settings and other things will still be there. Okay, so that when we reinstall it, it can reuse the same config that was left last time. Okay, but if you don't want that, go ahead and use purge option. Okay, this will remove the software completely. Okay, so this will also remove the dependencies. Okay, and again, if the dependency is used by other libraries, the libraries are used by other applications, you have to be very careful. But Ubuntu is pretty smart. The Debian is pretty smart to even know that if a dependency is used by other apps, it will leave it as it is. Don't worry. Okay, so I haven't encountered much of the issues because of this. So the next set of commands are process commands. Okay. So the top command, okay, this is equivalent to the task manager in Windows, okay, showing process information. So as you can see, the first column shows the process ID, the second is the user who is executing the process, and then the third is the priority, I guess, and fourth is the nice factor, okay, and then the memory size and other things, okay. So if you feel like one of the processes, I want to find out which process is using CPU to the max, you just run it and find out which one is using the maximum CPU percentage or memory, and then just kill it, okay. And again, this command will keep refreshing, okay, until you like it will keep refreshing every second, or if the priority changes, so it's not a static snapshot, okay. And then again, to quit the command, just press Q, okay. I think some people get nervous when they see it and they don't see an option to quit, so just press Q, okay. So next, kill is the command that will terminate the process. Just use kill and process ID, and that will kill the process, okay. So if a process is taking too long, just kill it. PS, this command will show the snapshot, not the actual dynamically changing output, but a snapshot. And again, it is, you can use PS FAUX argument that will give you a lot of information about the process. It is very, very, very important for people who monitor servers or even your system to execute this command every hour and take a snapshot. So that way you know what was going on in your system at a particular hour, which program is running, which job is running or taking CPU and other things, so that you can reschedule your jobs when there is a resource contention and other things. So most of the servers that I have seen have at least this command scheduled to run regularly, like every 30 minutes or like every hour, and store that output in a text file, and then they compare, analyze and compare it. Okay. So this is a very important command. Service, okay, again, this may be outdated with the latest Ubuntu, so we have to wait and watch. This is a command that is used to run mostly the background processes, okay, like Apache, MySQL and other things, okay. They are run as services, not as regular programs, okay. So if you want to see the service status of all the services, just type service -- status -- all. If you want to start a service, service name start, service name stop. That's it. Okay. Mostly I have used it to restart Apache MySQL. That's it. Okay. Nothing much. Okay. So thank you all and see you in the lab session.